Yeah, so welcome everyone again to this session of TEC ONE. We have one main program in different variations. This is the 12-week challenge program. So we have 12 weeks for supporting solopreneurs in starting or growing the business. I will tell you all the details a little bit later, because today we have also a special guest. This is Maria Salcedo. She will introduce herself in a minute, and she will give a short presentation about personal branding. So this meeting is not only about what we do in the 12-week challenge and about the program and what we do in the future. So you can all already have a take home today. So the first part of this meeting today is already some parts of the 12-week challenge. We already shared the ideas and the concept and the content of this with you. Yeah, so this is the two parts, and then the third part is Q&A, so we can also discuss your needs and your questions and everything. And yeah, so maybe I introduce myself first. I'm Professor Dr. Werner Korb. I was a research professor for many years at the university, and then I found out that at least my kind of research or my idea of research is easier in the private world. I started a startup, and from then on, I could really transfer my research results into the hospitals, into the clinics. I was in medtech, and it was much more fulfilling because it was not only testing the things for 3 or 4 clinics, but doing it in many other clinics. Then I started another startup after a while, and 1 year ago, I started my third startup. It's TEC ONE, and TEC ONE is now helping solopreneurs, because I believe today we have a new area of startups. Many startups start alone. Many startups start not in a traditional way with employees and with traditional investors, particularly in the Web3 space. It starts with communities and it starts with solopreneurs. And so we have the TEC ONE. It helps solopreneurs. New startups, but also people that work as a freelancers and want to have more entrepreneurs thinking. And it's all about TEC ONE. And I give over now the floor to Maria. Maybe you introduce yourself, and then you can right away give your special presentation. She's our special guest today, and I'm really happy that you are here. You are part of TEC ONE since the early beginning. You have been here in the first cohort of the 12-week challenge. We were still testing out a lot of things then. Today is a real good program, but in the early days, we were testing out a lot of things, and you were here from the early beginning. And I'm very happy that you're our special guest and also supporting the TEC ONE challenges today.
Thank you for having me today, Werner. Sure, let's go first with my presentation. So my name is Maria Salcedo. I am from Venezuela, but I moved here to Barcelona, Spain, 1 year ago. And I started like posting on LinkedIn like every day since January 1st of last year. And that way I was able to learn about content creation, but just because of my background on graphic design and web design, I was also able to learn about brand strategy and even a little bit about business development. So let me share my screen so that way we can start the presentation itself. Okay, can you see it?
Yes, now we can see it.
Werner,
I was muted. I'm sorry. So I said yes,
awesome.
but you couldn't hear it. Yes, we can see it.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so we will talk a little bit about like building your personal brand and focusing on your online presence. And it's interesting because the photo that I added here on the phone was on an offline event, but I went there because of my online presence. So I knew about some people that I knew them on LinkedIn, and then I decided to go to an offline event to actually meet them in person. So that was like the essence of the photo. So let's start with the first slide. Yep. Okay, so if we start to talk about Tesla, what do you think first? Like, what are the key elements of the automobile, or do you think about Elon Musk? So on this sense, this is the importance of personal branding, because Elon Musk actually understood that building his own brand as Elon Musk, was even bigger than building like Tesla or SpaceX. And why is that? Because your personal brand equals a force multiplier. So one thing is having your enterprise or your organization, and another thing is building it on yourself. Because yes, a business can have trust, but you are a human being. So that way, it's easier to gain trust and to become an expert in your area. That's mainly the specialization. So when it comes to Elon Musk, he understood this principle. So he used his personal brand as a strategy too. It's not just because, yeah, of course he tweets some things on Twitter and so on. And now Twitter is X. But everything started because he keeps like talking about what he's doing and what is like his next approach. So even before buying Twitter, he told the public that he will buy Twitter. So things like this. Now, when it comes to personal brand, there are a lot of things to talk about, but one of the things that I will talk today is about content creation. And when it comes to content creation, you need some pillars to build upon it. So in my case, because I am a designer, is web design and development, personal branding, graphics, and user experience. So every content piece that I create is related to these ones, even if it is like inspirational, because that's part of the job, is related to my pillars. So I want to show you like some statistics, because when I started posting on LinkedIn, I got this amount of like, well, not like starting from zero, but like 3 months, keeping posting on LinkedIn. I got like 20 likes per post, 1,000 impressions, 9 comments. But after keeping doing and posting and posting and posting for 6 months, then they became like 48 likes, 30 impressions, and so on. And if you can see, there's a difference between the last slide, because here you see that I am talking about web design and like how users were experiencing design on different years. But on the next one, I'm just talking about cookies, because I bake some cookies a weekend, and I just posted about it, but also posted an inspirational post about. So that's the main idea. And for example, the same. This goes for design after 6 months. And when I start talking about more like personal stuff, but related to technology, that is my niche, then I start to get more likes and so on. So people really like personal stories, more like business stories. But you need to like have balance between both of them to make it work, of course. And one of the reasons why people like personal stories is because they resonate with them, because you are humanizing your brand. And when it comes to content creation, a good thing is, or how to post relevant content. You can post about different topics, but between your pillars, you need to think about objections. So, for example, what are the things that people say to not buy your services? So, for example, in my case, web design, it's too expensive, or is not ready yet for AI. So then you need to tackle that objection and talk about why that isn't a problem. You can also talk about the needs of your audience, their interests, and also give them some utility. So for example, talking about the tool. Then there are different formats. So at least when it comes to LinkedIn, because the event was, we started it on LinkedIn. So we have text, where you need to be really playing focus into the copywriting itself for people to actually read it. Then you have the picture post. You just place a picture and that's it. You can place multiple pictures at the same time or post. That's really good for designers, but that's also good for sharing like a case study. And video. Today I actually went to another event related to video content, and it's really multiplying impressions right now, mainly because there's a new trend that is called TikTonization, that every platform now tries to be like TikTok, and they want you to provide videos for content. Doesn't need to be like 5-minute videos, could be short videos, but like sharing valuable stuff. Then there are type of formats. So for example, articles that play crucial intention when it comes to SEO. You can check it on Google. So if you write something on Google, one of the things that can appear are articles related to LinkedIn. Then you have newsletter where you can play with your audience, documents that right now are called carousels, and polls where you can check like that's actually a way to interact with your audience to a different level. So for example, on a weekend, you can share a poll. So for example, what are you more interested about? And you have 3 options. That way, you know what is your audience most interested about, and then you can post about it, things like this. And when it comes to content creation, every piece of content, every post that I create has these 3 elements. So one is the hook that brings curiosity into your audience. That's what actually attracts people to reading your entire post or to watching your video. Then comes the body or the content where you apply value itself. And then you apply the CTA. So what are the next steps to buy your product, buy your services? So for example, this post, you see that there is a hook. Your video thumbnails are boring. Let's fix them. And one of the reasons is that I really like negative hooks, because one thing is saying, here are 5 things that will make your brand successful. But there's other things that say like, here are 5 things that will destroy your brand. So people are more interested in 5 things that will destroy than something that will make them successful. So things like this, we need to play with negative hooks, but there are different type of hooks. Then we have the CTA. So in this case, I was hosting an event with Laura. So I'm hosting it with Laura Bolaños. Check the link in the comments. So people will go to the link and then they will join the event. Here are some samples of different hooks. So for example, this is everything you need to get 17 color rich reply rates. Or a few months ago, we closed 20, So things like this that people understand that they will get value from your post. Mainly because people don't want to learn about you. They want to learn about what are you going to transform them into. So that's the main reason. And always add a good CTA at the end. So always have an action for your audience to play. And my suggestions are that clarity is key. Make it as easy as possible. You can apply benefits and urgency to improve your CTA. So benefits, for example, apply today and you can get a 10% discount. Or urgency, like you just have 3 days or we will make it expensive, something like that. Now make it stand out, make it valuable. And if they skip the CTA, you can do more. I mean, if you're able to get their mails, or if you're able to get their phone, or if you are able to connect with them, try to keep it, because that way you gather some connections and you can still go into the entire process. My main message for today is that if they don't see you, then how are they going to buy your products, choose your services, share new opportunities with you? Because sometimes it's not just about products or services, but actually like opportunities and networking. For example, collaboration. And I have to say that you have something to share. Every one of us have a unique thing that we went into our experience, and we need to share it. And you have experience. So there's something called the imposter syndrome, that we think that we don't have something valuable to share, or maybe that we don't deserve what we have, but we actually do. And that's because of our experience. So every piece of information that you have, I mean, like, think 10 things that you got sufficient experience, so you can buy that value content. So for example, in my case, yes, I am a designer, but I also know about technical SEO. And I also know about video content creation. So these things I can sell it. So it's talking about passive income or like active income. It depends on your strategy. You have value. Every one of us has something to share that is really valuable and that others will pay for it because we got to study it to get this knowledge. So there's a way to sell it. And I say that business strategy is like playing chess. Uh, and sometimes it feels like it's a one-on-one match, but in the reality, it isn't. In the reality, we are playing different chess games because we need a strategy for marketing, we need a strategy for product service, for customer success, satisfaction, uh, even for the business plan. So it's a different strategy for each of them. And you are the CEO, then you are the one that is playing each of those games. So one of the things is that a differentiation point between a traditional match from traditional chess match and business strategy is that in traditional chess, your goal is to defeat your opponent. But in business, your goal is to improve your business and keep improving it and improving it and improving it. So you get some foundation to everything to be sustainable upon it. So if you have a good foundation, then you can build your building, right? So it's the same thing. That's it on my side.
Yeah, thank you very much, Maria. And I think we will discuss it also later. If you have already a question, one or two, you can send it to the chat and Maria can already answer in the chat. In the meantime, I would now share my screen and show you more details on the 12-week challenge. So you had already one lecture today. Personal branding and doing this on LinkedIn is, of course, one of the topics also in the 12-week challenge. But there is more in the 12-week challenge because it's about transforming your solo business. So it's not only personal branding, it's much more. But it's also about that, what Maria said. You have your value, you have something to share, you have experience. And I really want in the 12-week challenge that you find your unique approach, your uniqueness, and this is all about in the 12-week challenge. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
That's good. Okay, so the 12-week challenge, we have different forms of the 12-week challenge. The next group program starts next week. I will come back to this later. I have also a one-on-one program. We have also a do it for you, where you have all inclusive, so even technical SEO and so on and so on. If you want to know more about the different versions of the program, we can talk later. You can also book a one-on-one meeting with Maria or myself. We have the links also in the chat. But the main idea of the TEC-ONE 12-week challenge is that we're working in a community. And even if you book the one-on-one coaching sessions with flash coaching and one-on-one workshops, you still have the community. Because this is most important for me, that you're not working alone as a solopreneur, but working in a community. And then it's also about doing some technical stuff. And this is what they said here about branding and web design. But I start at the beginning. So I felt it myself, and I meet so many online business entrepreneurs or online business owners, but also traditional offline business owners. They feel stuck or they feel alone, and they need a community because they are pushing their own business, they're pulling their own employees, they're trying to change something, but they feel alone. And so even if you have employees, and okay, today it changes, not so many startups have employees anymore. You work in a community or in a loose network. This online, this is possible today with online business. But even if you have employees, even the owner often feels alone, yeah, or stuck. And so this is the reason why I started with TEC-ONE, that we can really start having new ideas and innovate in a group and together. And over the course of 12 weeks, you will improve every aspect of your business, or you will start all the aspects of your business. And in 12 weeks, you have your business ready. Probably you have already 1 or 2 clients, or you completely changed your business and it will start to boost and to grow. And we had already 3 cohorts of the 12-week challenge. We are starting now with the 4th. I had also many one-on-one programs where they were not a part of the cohort. They were really doing this in one-on-one coaching, but they also were part of the community, and we had our community meetings every week. So we already introduced ourselves. Maria is more about the technical stuff and the graphic design. I'm more about the vision and the mission and the innovation. I built many different businesses, not only my own businesses. I was a mentor and a coach in many other businesses, even when I was in the university. Out of my group, so many people built their own business, made spin-offs. And in the beginning, I was just a mentor. And then I said, I have to start my own business myself. And as I told you, it's not only about building a digital business. This is what we already talked about. It's also about how to find a plan to get high ticket clients. Because from my experience, a lot of solopreneurs start with the wrong part. They think if they start with low budget, with small courses, with small tickets, they will grow quicker. I think the opposite is the right thing. You start with consulting, you start with coaching, with high ticket guides, and then step by step, you can even make smaller tickets, you can make bigger webinars, you can sell books, whatever. But if you're not starting with a couple of high paying clients, it's very hard that your business takes off. And the main goal is that you will get a lot of freedom, because you can work from anywhere in the world. You can even take your business, move, and continue your business from somewhere else in the world. So there are 4 main topics in the 12-week challenge, and every week we have a new challenge. But so about 3 or 4 weeks belong to one main topic. The first main topic is really about innovation, about finding a unique selling proposition. And as Maria said, everybody has something to share. Everybody has their own or his or her own experience. But the idea is really that you find also a target audience, and you find also a business model. And there are different concepts. There's, for example, the blue ocean concept. There are other business modeling concepts I also like a lot to work with the value proposition camera. So there are different concepts, but it's all about finding your unique business idea. Then, and this is the second step, is I call it the cognitive testing and promoting. It's about speaking on your business idea, and first you test it out. You make meetings with a couple of people and you test it out. And the cognitive concept means that you are not only finding out what your customer or your client really wants, but what you really need. And if you ask the right questions, you can look behind the scenes, or you can read between the lines. And this is very important. And I already did it in research with surgeons a lot. I think I was the first person who did this in research with surgeons. And the people told me, no, they won't have time for interviews. And I said, I will try. And then they were speaking with me 1 or 2 hours and giving me all the insights. And we could much better develop our products from our startup at that time, because we had a lot of insights about their expertise and about what they really need, and not only what they tell us in the beginning, what they want. And then as soon as we have the unique business, as soon as we have tested it out, and we have started also speaking about it and marketing. So we also talk about branding, we talk about LinkedIn profile, we talk about how to make a video. And as soon as we have it, we are going to close the first clients, do networking, and we optimize that. And I show you all the steps in this 12 weeks. And in the end, we speak a little bit also about automation and AI and scaling up. There's a lot about this from other experts and in the internet, but we needed to complete the whole program of the 12-week challenge. Yeah, so this is all in 12 weeks. You get the coaching. I do 10 to 15-minute coachings because I think it's much better to do the short coaching, because then you talk about one topic and you know after the coaching what to change. We have this online community of a growing community. We are now 50 people and we are growing every week. You get a lot of resources, canvas, templates, sheets that help you. I will help you and Maria will help you to optimize your business. We talk about brand strategy, and you get a weekly group coaching or individual coaching, depending on the program, what you do. The next group program starts in 1 week. On the 6th of May, that's not completely true. It's actually on Thursday. We have the group meetings on the Thursday, but you get the task of the week you get on Monday. So it will start on the Monday of the 6th of May. We have still slots. So if you want to know more about this, make a meeting with me or with Maria, and we can explain you the details, or send me a DM on LinkedIn, and we can explain you the details, and you can join the next cohort of the 12-week challenge. Yeah, I love to meet my community every Wednesday. We have also our chats. We share our ideas on nearly a daily basis, but I love the Wednesdays because then we have our community meetings. And to be honest, I also learn a lot from these community meetings. Of course, also the members learn a lot, but we share a lot of new insights of updates. And the good thing is, as soon as you are part of one of the 12-week challenges, you have lifelong access to the TEC-ONE community. So you have a lifelong membership as soon as you have been a part of one of the TEC-ONE paid programs. And yeah, we are growing every week, as I told you. And yeah, I later can send you also some of the successful projects which we did. These are some of the startups in MedTech and coaching in MedTech, what I did, but also some of the people who did the 12-week challenge program. So for example, Dantin, he's 18 years old and he wanted to start his virtual assistant agency from Vietnam. And in the beginning, he was searching for clients. And after we finished the program, he told me, "Oh, I have too many requests. I cannot handle them, so I need to employ people." And then he was already nearly there and had his agency. Then we have Kai T, who is an active member since the early beginning. She's a startup coach in Germany and helps a lot of migrant founders. And we are working on this telehealth today platform. We have this YouTube channel, and we have this platform. This is a platform for practitioners. It's a very nice startup. And James started as a solopreneur with a very nice vision. And during the 12 weeks, we completely boosted his ideas and his program. Yeah, so we are open to answer your questions. We are open to discuss if you have any thoughts. And of course, as I told you, reach out to us. We can talk later. You can even reach out to me on WhatsApp. You have here the WhatsApp number, and of course on Calendly or on LinkedIn. So use any channel if you have further questions. But your most urgent questions, please ask them now.
Yeah, now we are in open discussion, open question and answers.
I have a question. What happens if you can't make the 6th of May? Can you join on the next one?
There are two options. One is you can do the next one, which starts probably in autumn in Europe and in spring in the South Hemisphere. So September or October. Or we can talk about the one-on-one programs. So we have silver, gold, and platinum 12-week challenge program. Maybe you have seen it also in my in today's LinkedIn post. In my most recent, I thought it was yesterday, but no, it was today. Today I shared a little bit about the different programs. This was not before. This is very new that we have now silver, gold, and platinum. So yeah, maybe you find a program that fits for you.
Well, all I'm conscious is I've got to go and see the job centre, and I don't know if what